Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sex, Drugs, and Opera.
Sex, Drugs, and Opera.
My name is Jared Ice. I'm here today with Michael Pegger, who will not look me in the eye while recording.
I can't look you in the eye, dude. I'm sorry.
It's like a threesome up here. There's something about listening to somebody talk through a pair of headphones that makes you not want to look at them.
I mean, it's honestly an impersonal thing. I'm hearing you like you're inside my own head right now.
Yeah.
And you're sitting right across the table, and I just can't do that.
I also can't. I'm looking down like you're scolding me.
Anyway, Sex, Drugs, and Opera, people. New podcast. It's out there. It's on the market for your consumption. It's going to be a way of talking about opera that's not the typical way. Jared, how'd we come up with this thing?
Oh, man. I think back in the day, we were watching some German stuff. Maybe it was that New Year's concert in Wien or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But they were speaking about opera in this very, I'm going to say, intellectual way.
And
right?
very pretentious.
Faust, which was the first piece that people gave a fuck about. Now, this way of talking about it, which there's a market for that. You should do that, but I thought that most people are talking about it differently, and I just wanted to put it out there.
And there's such a disconnect between the way people talk about opera and then the people who are actually doing it. I mean, most of my colleagues are just normal people. They come from normal backgrounds, and they just happen to get into opera, which means that they don't have this sort of highfalutin way of doing things.
Yeah. I mean, most of the guys are out drinking beers. They're I don't know. They're just normal people.
You have to drink beer to deal with this damn profession. I mean, if you're not going and drinking beer afterwards, I don't know how the hell you're dealing with it.
I mean, I think there are people that are like really into that high lifestyle stuff, but I think there's a lot of people that do both. I like to have steak. I like to wear a tie, but I also like to, do a little bit of camping every now and then.
Look, dude, if you guys are into being real with this subject, and that's the other thing, this subject, opera covers stuff that it is sex, it is politics, it is, I mean, if it were written when there were a lot of drugs being done, there would be drugs in opera, all those classics operas.
Are there any operas with some hardcore drug usage
know.
in there? I mean,
That's a shame.
like the Elixir of Love or whatever. That's a hallucinogen.
That's right. Hello.
Yeah, it's a bottle of wine, but you don't hallucinate like that from wine, okay? It's shrooms, you amateurs. It's like that song out here. What's that song? Oh my God, the one about not coming too fast.
Dude, you're asking the wrong part. I'm awful.
No,
with
not an opera. It's a pop song. It's
I know, I'm awful with that shit.
Don't you want to come? No, what is that? No. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
they, oh my God, I'm bombing. They listen to this song all the time in Germany. I'm going to think of it later. I'm just going to cut you off and scream it.
Yeah, do it.
But it's one of those things where you don't actually think about what the fuck you're hearing and what you're seeing.
Well, look, dude, we're gonna have stuff in this podcast for.
Relax is the name of the song. I told you I'd fucking remember.
You
Relax.
did. You did.
Don't do it.
You yelled at me
when
again.
you want. Come on, that's relax. Anyway.
Perfect. Anyway, listen, we're going to have stuff in this podcast for the professionals out there working. We're going to have stuff in this podcast for the people who want to get out there working. We're going to have stuff in this podcast for the people who know a lot about opera and are really into it. Maybe those people who would normally listen to the public radio station and want that kind of vibe. But we're also going to have stuff in there for people who are just getting into it. We want to kind of approach it in a way that's approachable for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to do, but also it's always my thought that I would love more interaction. If you disagree with what we're saying, I would love to hear it. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
Also, if you've got questions or stories, let us share it. Mike and I, of course, don't know everything, but we plan to bring people on. I would love to share emails. This is also a platform for everybody to be able to talk about this. So please write in sexdrugsandopera@gmail.com.
And write about sex, and write about drugs, and write about opera.
We had planned today to maybe talk a little bit about auditioning. That is a subject that is
everybody cares
as an
about.
absolute beginner. You are dealing with this from your first audition at music school to the end of your career. I mean, I don't know if anybody's not auditioning. I mean,
you get to the point where you start getting gigs. Of course, people know you, and they're like, okay, we need you for this, and then you do it. But there's still a long before you get to that period. You have to do an ass ton of auditions.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of focusing on the the dream, the 1%. You're obviously a bit of a dreamer if you got into this business, but at the same time, it's like you got to market yourself. You are a product and you need to sell it, and you got to focus on the 2-year, the 3-year plan and not have always the 20-year plan in mind.
There's a whole section of people out there who are in love with the idea of being an opera singer and not what it actually takes to be an opera singer. That's probably like that in every profession, though. You get into this sort of persona of what you think it is, and that actually contributes to this whole way of approaching opera, way of approaching classical music, that there's this idea of what it is instead of actually what it is. And that's what we want to bring people. We want to bring what it actually is.
Yeah, which is dirty.
Dirty.
You talk about auditioning. It's true. In the opera industry, there are many people that get to a point where you're in such demand that you're not auditioning. And I think that has to do with like the market size, how many people there are. But what's funny is in Hollywood, even if you're a fucking celebrity, you still have to audition.
I think those...
Like Game of Thrones, Star Wars, like those people, like you have Brad Pitt auditioning. You know what I mean? Like with a piece of paper and the camera.
I love that shit too. I love watching on YouTube. I love Brad Pitt casting couch. That is a busy couch.
Yeah, I mean
that is amazing. No, look, it's amazing to watch those videos of. You'll see this huge star doing an audition for one role or another, or the more interesting ones are the stars that didn't get the role, and they're doing these amazing auditions, and you think to yourself, what could have been? What could have been?
Right. It's always funny the way they go with that casting, but the thing about auditioning is, I don't think it changes that much. As far as you walk in, you sing, you leave. But it's all the little things. It's the subtleties that change over time. So with auditioning, I would like to talk about first getting to the audition. You know what I mean? Like when you are young, you apply to a college, they invite you, you come, you sing. Getting the audition is easy. But when you get out of college and you're in the professional world, you have the agent route, you have the writing letter route. There's many ways to get to the audition. And my opinion is it starts with your materials.
Yeah.
I think your materials have to be good.
I mean, that's a basic. I mean, you have to be diligent about always keeping it up, always keeping your stuff up, always keeping your CV ready to go. People make a big deal about headshots, but come on. I mean, how many people are... It is a big deal. You have to have good headshots, but I've had people who say, it's a new year, I got to get a new headshot.
Yeah, okay, current headshots, no. But you need to invest the money in a professional. If you cannot see the difference between somebody who paid $200 for their headshots and someone who had their friend take a picture in front of a tree in the fucking woods... Then, hold on, we got some, is that the coffee machine?
That's the coffee machine. I've got this expensive-ass coffee machine that cleans itself. It licks its own balls every day, and you gotta wait for it. It doesn't wait for you.
I don't know, man. I mean, does your coffee really taste better coming out of that thing?
Yes, it does. And even if it doesn't, it's the feeling of it.
That's what I mean. I think if you gave me a steak for $20 and the exact same steak for $200, the $200 steak's going to taste better.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, no, look.
And to circle back to headshots.
No, fuck it. We're talking about coffee now.
No.
Drink your beer also. By the way, this is going to be a beer podcast. I can just feel this coming on. This is going to be awful for my body. It's going to put myself through.
We plan to come up with some sort of regular schedule for launching this thing. It's Thursday. I should say the date at the beginning of this shit. It's Thursday.
It's probably a good deal.
April, is it April? January, March? April 6th. It's
April
6th. But I'm hoping to launch this thing by Saturday, which would be the 8th, I guess?
Yeah.
But it's Thursday. It's the morning.
It's Friday,
drinking.
Dude.
It's like 10 a.m.
Dude, today's Friday.
Fucking shit. It's all a blur, But no, this point I want to make about the headshots is, yes, it's cheaper to buy a nice camera and go out, but you're kind of shitting on people in the photography industry because they know lighting, they know angle, and you can see the difference.
Look, it's the same exact deal whenever you have somebody who says, all right, well, I can either hire this professional who has 2 degrees and and knows everything about it and is a real, as they say in German, ausgebildete Sänger. But, and instead they end up saying, no, I have a friend who hobby sings. Taking a photograph with taking a headshot with a phone camera or something is the same thing as hiring a hobby singer.
No, you really have to think about this industry, because singing's hard, because you're young and your mom says, oh my God, you can fucking sing for grandma. But when you get older, it's a product. You're marketing yourself, and you would not buy fucking Coca-Cola from somebody with a shitty looking bottle. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yes, it costs money. And yes, as a beginning singer, you have no money. But if you do not have the basic budgeting skills to get yourself a professional headshot and good audition clothes, then you're not going to have what it takes, because that budgeting thing never stops.
Yeah, look, that's something that people often don't talk about. What would you say that you have spent dollar-wise since you started auditioning? If you had to give a figure.
Like in my life, or since I came to Germany?
I don't know. Let's just say since you came to Germany.
I mean, I know for a fact, because I reported on my taxes. Because in Germany, when you go to I'm not going to tell you but when you go to an audition house, they give you a Bestätigung, a confirmation that you were there on that day. So then you can report your travel, your hotel, everything. Coachings are hard because coaches do not want to give you a receipt.
Yeah.
But
because they don't want to report it.
I know that in 2015, I was spending often between 700 and 900 euros a month.
Good God.
Auditioning. And you have to look at the big game, because then when you get the gig, if the pay is high enough, the percentage works out. But no, you invest a lot of money, and you have to. If you take shortcuts, in the South, they used to say lazy people work twice as hard, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to get a nice hotel, like not like a 5-star thing, but convenient. It has to be comfortable. You have to show up fresh, and you have to coach your pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
it's bullshit. I don't want to pay $70 for a fucking coaching, but you got to coach your pieces before you go to an audition.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Or no?
No, absolutely. I mean, you have to coach them. You get to a point where you can wake up and you can do them in the middle of the night. And sometimes I feel comfortable not coaching before an audition. But if it's been a while, you got to refresh that shit. You got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you need... Yeah, I mean, if you're recording yourself and I don't know, some people don't get lazy. But, I mean, I don't know. You got to check in. You don't have to be coaching every week. I think the further you get... And it matters what your day-to-day is. If you sing at a theater... and you just did the role, obviously that's a different story. But I'm thinking more about people starting out that first came to Germany.
It sounds like you're doing an advertisement for coaches. Like, go to your local coach.
If I can say a few names, I would let not find a good coach. I think it's important to coach your pieces. But beyond materials and coachings, the next thing is then I would say you have to pick the auditions you go to. Because it's going to cost money, right?
Yeah, it ends up costing money, but then again, you want to cast a wide net, You don't know, even if it's for one that you don't, like if you're starting off, if you're given an opportunity for a gig and it's in East Kabamfuck, Germany, whatever, in some tiny house, and you say, well, I don't know, will that really increase my reputation? Look, all those people who start off in the management of those houses don't stay in those houses forever. They also go different places. You have to think about, okay, they might need me in the future for this. They might need somebody even in this Spielzeit for this. And guess what? Money's money. Performing's performing. Getting something on your CV, on your resume is important.
I mean, some of the best paying gigs are at the shittiest places, If you're talking about making a living as a singer, if you want fame, then you just, I don't know, get on Instagram, get half naked and go nuts. That's free. But
Eat a Tide Pod. Eat a Tide Pod while naked. Eat a Tide Pod while naked. What's the new challenge? Put a condom in your nose.
No.
Did you hear about this?
Fuck
you
that,
snort
man.
a condom and it comes out out the back of your mouth.
In my day, we did the cinnamon challenge and we did Suck It. Okay, there was no dabbing. There was no Tide Pods.
What is Suck It?
This is Suck It, man.
Oh yeah, from
there was some
WWF.
wrestler, right?
Yeah. What was that? Oh God, my brother Ben would know this. He was a big fan of this guy. Who? What? Damn it, I forget.
I don't know, man. I always get monster trucks and wrestlers mixed up.
What?
Undertaker. Is that?
Undertaker
is both.
No, Gravedigger.
Gravedigger
was the monster truck, and Undertaker was the WWF star.
I used to have a gig singing the national anthem at a monster truck show.
Dude, that's amazing.
It was okay. But
you've not tried singing until you sing over the sound of a roaring truck engine.
No, but they would jump the trucks at the end. It was amazing.
Dude, that shit's amazing.
And they paid you in beer.
They paid you in beer. Dude, come on. I mean, honestly, the other thing about, we're talking about you got to choose your gigs. Sometimes you just got to get out there and sing. The act of singing, the act of doing auditions makes you better at auditions. It's the same thing about finding like a house to sing at. You think to yourself, okay, well, it's not the house that I want. I mean, this is, again, putting your ego aside, you know? It's not the house I want to sing at. I'm not sure if it's, you know what? Get out there, sing. Especially if you're young, because I can't tell you the steps I took vocally when I just got out there and had to sing roles. That was the best thing for me.
I mean, was it Eric Whitaker, I think, on his like Twitter or something, just like, I mean, he gave it like it's his own quote, but I just shouldn't say his name. I said no names on this podcast.
That's okay.
I'm
Eric
dropping
Whitaker,
names.
he's able to be on there. He came to our school once, and he's a full surfer dude.
Is he? Okay, then I'm coming for you, Whitaker. No, but he just said something like, you never lose the fear of performing. You just get very used to it, which is corny. I've heard that 1,000 different ways, but it's fucking true.
No, that's absolutely
You get
true.
used to being in front of people, you know? And auditioning is a high-pressure situation, and it's different than performing.
And the more you do it, the better you get.
I don't care if you have sung 1,000 roles. If you're not auditioning, it's tough. You get used to it, though. You have to get a little bit numb to it, but not too numb. But this thing with choosing your roles, you're talking more about house size, you know, or gig size.
No, you said
I'm talking more about if you know you are a dramatic whatever and you get invited to a light thing. This is too fucking competitive for you to hope. You know what I mean?
Sure. And you also, well, okay, now I see where you're going at. You also don't want to give the wrong impression of yourself.
Yeah, you can't take that first impression back.
Yeah, that's right.
And nobody respects. One of the hardest things about transitioning to the professional world is in college, your potential is valuable, and in the real world, potential is not.
I mean, they will sit there and say, "All right, well, he can sing. He could sing Cavaradossi one day or something like that."
Yeah, but
they need you now.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be hireable, you've got to be able to sing roles now. Not necessarily that role, but you got to be able to sing something.
And I wasted some time chasing some bad auditions where they would invite, me to sing something that just was so far out of my thing, but I wanted the job so badly. But it's not worth the money and the stress, because if you just say no to some of that stuff, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, is that when you're young, you are scared of saying no.
Yeah, that's totally true.
But it's fine to be like, I don't sing that shit.
Yeah, there's a line. There's a famous coach that everybody loves. Again, we won't mention names. But a lot of people love this lady, and she said the first thing when you come to Germany the first words you have to learn in German are Nein, danke. Yeah. And that's important.
No, people will use you as much as you let them.
Absolutely, dude. It's a business. Yeah. They need to get value out of their investment.
And when they blow your fucking voice out,
There's another one. There's another guy right behind you. There were 5 other guys at the audition that could be doing your job. No. And they have all their numbers. And if you blow your voice out, those people are there and wanting that job.
And another thing I want to say about auditioning is, in America, I actually didn't go through the German school system, through the American school system, so I'm not quite sure how it is in Germany. In America, these young artist programs are big. You pay a fee, blah, 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 blah. Do your research. And what I mean is, you have to be, one of the skills you have to learn is you have to be honest with yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think something a lot of young singers don't do is, if you're going to go audition for whatever, the Houston Grand Opera Young Artist Program or the Met, whatever, listen to their singers, look at their headshots, look at their resumes, look at what they're singing, how they're singing it, the way they're dressed. And if you don't match, then be a little bit more strategic about your career path. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I think a lot of people don't do that, but when I was in college, YouTube wasn't a thing, right? When we were in university.
Man, are you old?
Nah, fuck you, man. I think
I'm older than you, but you're totally right.
We didn't have a way to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had no idea what the fuck people at the whatever fuck program were singing like. Yeah. But now you can look. You want to know what the caliber is. And this isn't just a young artist thing. This is also as a professional. You know, look at those people, look at their agents, look at their career, and if you're not on that level, then you need to find something that matches where you are.
Did you enjoy your time at Young Artist Programs, doing those sorts of programs?
No.
Why not?
The trend, and I think it's the same in Germany pretty much, is they just work. Germany's better, I would say, with the Young Artist Programs. Yeah. It's much more of this like, they want you to work in that house. Yeah. But in the American Young Artist Programs I did were more, you're going to fucking sing chorus in small roles, you know, for nothing per month, basically. And there wasn't the amount of training and coachings that I had hoped for. But with that said, it is so important that you have a good training program or school or something on your resume. You don't need it. It's not the only way, but fuck, doesn't make it easier.
Dude, that's actually, I mean, if we can bring, there are going to be a lot of Americans listening to this podcast. There'll be a lot of Americans.
Well, there'll be some.
No, hopefully, hey, let's hope there are a lot of Americans.
If you listen to this,
Pass it on.
You're getting a private show.
No, there are going to be a lot of Americans listening to it. And the one thing that we can bring to the table is what it's like in Germany. There are a lot of singers who are curious about what's going on here, how they can get over here. Yeah. And look, let's just put this out here. We're not jumping to university yet, but I want to just mention something about university. It's free in Germany. And it's not free in Germany if you're a German. It's free for anybody who wants to come to Germany.
And you can study in English.
And you can study in English if you want. Because oftentimes, if you came and never spoke German, which is not advisable, you of course want to assimilate. I'm so easy.
But I think both of us did not learn German before we came here.
No, hell no, no. I was an absolute moron in these rehearsals. What I'm saying is though, there are all kinds of opportunities in Germany, and this is one of my favorite facts. Not too long ago, I think the last stat that I saw was 2014 or something like that. America was number 2 in the world with number of opera performances per year, and that was 1,700. They were number 2 behind Germany, a country less than a third the size with population. And Germany had 7,700 in that same year. The market is so much bigger for singers over here. And that's not to say there's not an ass ton of competition, because that word got out. But God, I mean,
that's what I was going to say. Is there is a bit of a disconnect. I think in the 80s it was maybe a bit different, but now, if you come to Germany, there are more opportunities to work because there's more houses. But fuck, is the competition fierce?
Totally.
Some of the singing I've heard at these auditions is like the best fucking singing I've ever heard in my life.
These young guys,
and they're singing in fucking like Chemnitz, you know, like butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah.
So
not anything against Chemnitz. It's a great house.
It's in the middle of nowhere, though.
That's true.
If you're from Chemnitz and you're offended that I said you're in the middle of nowhere, I've been there. You got to go to Leipzig and you got to take like a fucking bus or a train. Okay, that tunnel under the Bahnhof, man.
Get offended. Get real offended.
Yeah, write me an email. See if I give a shit. Look, okay. To get back to auditions, so you've coached, you got your materials, you picked the right audition. Okay, I'm a fan of pay the extra money to get there comfortably. Right? Don't. Mike's a big advocate of don't change your routine.
Yeah, I don't. Advocator's not a word, is it? Advocate.
I don't fucking know. My English is getting shitty,
honestly, dude. You become so good at Dinglish when you come over here. It's ridiculous. I mean, you start just putting verbs at the end of sentences. Anyway, what the hell were you talking about? You were talking about. I say travel the day before. I hate doing an audition on the day of. Or a performance.
Unless that's what you do, you know?
Yeah, there are people who can do it. I can't.
No, if that's what you normally do. But if you drink a beer every night, then drink a beer the night before your audition.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean not breaking your routine?
No, that's mental shit. You know what I mean? You say like, I gotta do the neti pot. I gotta breathe some steam. But no, if you sing like a god every day and you're rubbing one out, you're drinking the dark beer, and you're like,
that's right. Then you gotta don't
break the routine,
don't
man.
Don't do that. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's that rubbing one out that is making your voice so golden.
I used to hear the story in college about this guy who swore he could not sing within 2 days of having sex.
What the hell?
So he wouldn't have sex with his wife, and he got a big career where he was singing like 2 times a week.
Yeah.
I think they broke up. But like,
see,
imagine
that. I mean, honestly,
if you stay up till 11:30 Netflixing every night, and you wake up at 6 and you can sing every day, you have to trust that.
That's right. I've actually never understood that when people, they all of a sudden go into panic mode and start doing something completely new. And I think to myself, doesn't that make it unstable for you that you're doing something new? You want to keep that same rhythm that you always do. And you have to sing every day, so you have to live like you want to live every day.
That's what I was going to say. You got to find that work-life balance,
Yeah.
It's not fucking worth it if I'm like drinking tea and I'm going home early and I can't whatever, unless that's how you live your life.
Dude,
I
mean, and
honestly, if you curl up on the couch, then do that,
Yeah.
But if because I drink a beer almost every day, I'm not ashamed. Okay,
I drink beer every day. No,
I can stop when I
can stop when I want to. I'm not on a girl.
Nah, but like, and so like if it's an audition, I'll go a day early. I get a hotel that's close. Don't fuck with the bus in the city you don't know. Pay the extra $20. Don't stay in a hostel with 11 fucking people in the room. Just pay the $20. Get close. Go out for a beer.
Unless
if that's what you normally do.
There's nothing wrong with being poor. If you gotta go to a hostel,
in the beginning, the shit I did, I took the 18-hour bus ride and I slept in the hostel with 11 fucking people.
Yeah.
But you have to control what you can. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So look, I think Mike has a funny story. So you get to the audition in Germany.
What
Was
it?
You went to an audition and they told you look like a fucking banker.
Oh yeah, that was my first agent. Actually, she's still my agent. That's just a difference between how you're trained in America. You go and you do the mock auditions in university, and you look and you spend time on it. You really spend time on it. And here, and like I had my suit on, I had my shirt and tie. I looked good. As good as I can look. I looked good. And she's like, "Look, you're singing well, but you look like you want to do my taxes." And I thought to myself, "This is what I've always worn." And then I go to these auditions, and in Germany, you see people wearing jeans and t-shirts.
Very commonly.
It's nothing like in America.
And I don't know if that's a strategy.
I haven't been to America I haven't done much in America for like 8 years now.
That's the thing.
Maybe it's changed. And hey, let us know.
I don't think so.
Write in those comments below in the YouTube. Blah blah blah. Man,
no, I wonder if anyone's singing in America. Like, are you guys still wearing suits? I mean, I'm basically going off of Facebook photos. Like that's a piece of advice. I'm not a fan of promoting your auditions. Okay.
Well, no, I don't do it either. But
because you got to say no to everybody. Tell them when you have something. But that's you do whatever the fuck you want. But I would not go onto Facebook and be like, auditioning at the fucking fuck today. Like, I wouldn't do it, Because then everyone's going to ask you, how did it go? And you got to be like, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, honestly. Well, look, it's just not advisable. It's just not advisable because I know people who you say, I've got an audition, and you say, where? And they're like, no, I don't want to talk about that. And I actually don't think it's the worst strategy.
I mean, and there's this weird balance. Like, Mike and I are good friends because there is no crossover in competition. Not that
that's true.
Not that's a problem, but that is a complicated area.
Yeah, sure.
I've had that before where it's like, I was doing an audition not that long ago, and the baritone, was like, asked me, what's going on, and I let it slip out that I had an audition actually the next day in the next city, right? And I just fucking lied to him. I told him it was in, I was like, yeah, I'm doing the same, I'm going to sing the same aria tomorrow. He's like, where's the audition? I was like, fucking Karlsruhe. Like,
nice.
He knew I was lying, but fuck him,
Nice.
Because people audition crash, man. They'll show up. That guy's
do they?
Yeah,
do people
man.
do that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All the time. You see people, they just sit there and they're like,
what, do they show up and say, no, my name's on the list?
No, I've seen people sit there and they wait for them to call a name, and then they're like, is that person not here? And then they jump in. Because in America,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You've actually seen that happen before?
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
Because in Germany, you don't pay audition fees. Right. There's agent fees because you have to pay for the pianist and the blah, blah, blah. But I think it's actually illegal to charge someone to audition.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
In America, like you go to New York, everyone paid like $100 to be there most of the time. Yeah. But here, you can just show up. And if they got the time, fuck it. I got an agent doing that.
Wow, that's great.
I just, my buddy was saying, I just showed up.
Hey, that's proactive, people. You got to be proactive. That's amazing.
So,
what's next on the list?
Well, I mean, we haven't discussed. I got a list, man. I like to be prepared. Look, we haven't talked about the actual once you're on stage auditioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's such a personalized thing.
Yeah, but I think there's a few general things you can say. I would like to go back to this. You sing rep that you are being hired to do. It's in college, you show a lot of potential thing,
Yeah.
At least I was trained like that. Sing what you're going to sing in 10 years. Sing something you can sing now.
I mean, I have a really great friend. She's having a career all over the place. And she told me once, don't sing something in an audition that you couldn't sing the role immediately.
And not skill-wise, but would they hire you to do that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're 22 years old and you look like a baby, you're not going to sing Commendatore. I'm sorry, Not that there's
yeah, but
aria,
also what she meant is, and maybe this is different than what you're saying, she meant that you got to be able to actually physically and vocally be able to do the role.
Yeah, and the rehearsal process of the role.
Yeah.
Most people could sing through the role once, but could you sing that for 6 weeks with a cold? You know what I mean?
I can't sing with a cold anyway. I'm awful. I'm such a pussy with colds.
Nah, it sucks being a tenor, man.
And look, the thing is, no, I mean, I'm not a pussy. I'll sing through stuff, but with kids, honestly, that's a whole new podcast. Kids and getting sick. Look, my kids are the greatest thing that ever happened to me, but they are little sacks of disease. They are little tiny petri dishes, and they come home and they cough in your face every day. It's ridiculous. But it's endearing. You love the kids. I mean, you love everything that they do, but they will get you sick.
Well, and I don't want to talk auditions to death, but one thing is also
too late.
I would say don't risk too much.
What do you mean?
Often you have to send your rep very early. And you might get sick and stuff because there's standard rep, and the amount of times a pianist will fuck you, and it's not their fault, man. People expect too much of pianists. Look, but you can go in there with some unknown modern shit.
Yeah,
I
mean, honestly, it's the most difficult job. Those pianists. Think about. I mean, we often just like, oh well, it's standard repertoire. Who gives a shit? It's still how many? There's so most of the time people go in with these reductions of huge Wagner orchestras and just expect the person to be able to magic it out of their fingers, and we forget that these they're human, B, they are listening to you while doing it, and you're a new voice, and to think that they're not somehow interested in what you're doing or how you're sounding and kind of making the judgments in their own head, that's distracting. And still they go through and play this whole damn thing. It's amazing.
And the thing is, people are going to hire you mostly, I think, on musicality and not raw talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Raw talent is a bit unpredictable, and most people are looking not for they're looking for a little bit of security. And because I got fucked on audition this recently, right? He fucked me at the beginning of the Leporello, right?
Oh yeah.
And I actually had the opportunity to talk to the guy later, and he said, "Look, you just didn't seem rhythmically secure at the beginning." And so then what? Then you can say well, the pianist fucked me, and that puts you in a bad light.
Yeah,
so
you can't ever do it.
You're being unrealistic if you think that if it goes wrong up there, you're not going to catch the blame.
Look, we should probably wrap up this section because we can't have a 5-hour podcast. But I'll tell you this much: if I have to give one bit, and we've been giving a lot of advice, which takes there are a lot of people maybe listening who aren't so happy with the way they audition or whatever. And if I had to give one piece of advice, it's that an audition is a freaking performance. You get so many people up there, like it's a Liederabend, which the way it's trained where you just stand there and do nothing. People want to be entertained. If your first point is to entertain those people who are watching you, you're going to have 1,000 times more success than you do whenever you're saying, all right, when you're calculating in your head exactly how things went all the time. I think that's an important thing.
You got to find a balance.
So few people do that.
You got to find a balance. I wouldn't use the whole stage. Don't look at my fucking notes,
I want to see what are we missing? Are we skipping over anything?
I wrote so much fucking shit.
You got so much material.
Look, I wrote, say you have an early train. Okay, I fucking learned that. Okay, they'll let you go first every time. All right,
that's a good tip. That's actually a great tip.
I swear to God, show up and you
what
say,
other great tips? Let's pound these things out.
Record your auditions. Okay, record your auditions.
Yeah, but don't post them because that's
that's fucking stupid. But I always record them because you will think it was amazing and maybe it wasn't. But also more often than not, you'll think it was absolute shit and it was actually quite good. But listen to yourself. Record yourself when you practice. Record yourself when you audition. Ask for feedback was my next tip.
Yeah.
they will give it to you.
Yeah. Well,
write them and ask. Yeah, not always, but ask for it, and then don't get butthurt. Just fucking fix it.
Yeah, that's a whole new skill. That could be another whole podcast, is learning to take that stuff. That's difficult, and it's something to learn. But again, it's just like we said with auditioning, taking criticism and using it properly is a thing about practicing.
Yeah,
you have to practice doing it.
Okay, I want to say one last thing about auditioning. All right?
Go for it. The floor is yours.
I want to tell the story.
Man, it sounds different when you get this close to the
microphone. But you can't get those P's too sharp. Okay, fucking. So like, you also got to be prepared for some weird shit. I want to hear someone's audition stories. Okay,
right.
I got a million. I want to tell one. I was in Berlin. I had the address to the audition. Go to the address. It's a porn theater. Okay, right? And so I checked my email 3 times. I tried to call no one. So I went into the porn theater, and the receptionist sent me upstairs, right?
It's an amazing audition.
And there's an apartment across from the entrance to the theater. I went in. Woman opens the door. Can't talk. She has one of those smoking, like, nah things, right? Go in. 20 ferrets in that apartment.
These
all right?
businesses bezaubernd schön.
Right? So there's all these fucking ferrets, all right? Roaming free. Crawling over me, and I think I have a ferret allergy, right?
I don't think you told me this.
No.
How could we be good friends and you haven't told me this? You save some. Save it for the podcast.
But okay, so look, I did not expect to see ferrets that day, right? This is what happens, okay? You might be a little bit allergic to ferrets. So I was also broke as shit back then. This is when I first came to Germany. So I had traveled like 8 hours to get this audition. I was going home the same day because I couldn't afford a hotel. So I brought a bag of... those, what did you call it? The pizza stange, right? These like fucking stick-like pizza things. I had a whole bag from Bachwerk. So finally they send me to the audition, was in a different building, like 2 blocks away. I get to I open the door, I go in, the door led to the stage, right? So I came in with that bag of pizza shit, one hanging out of my mouth, sneezing from these ferrets.
What, you mean right in front of the people judging
you?
No,
literally they were sitting in like a mini theater, and the door came from the street to the stage.
How can this be?
It's a good lesson, man. Walk through every door like you're walking on stage. Stand up straight.
Every door is a performance.
And fuck it. Sneezing from ferrets. But now I bring like allergy pills everywhere because you never know when a bunch of fucking ferrets are going to show up.
Ferrets? That's amazing.
Right.
Sex, drugs, and opera.
Look, we have like 20 minutes left in this thing. Do you want to get to this movie stuff or...
Yeah, let's get to the movie stuff. We have this great segment we want to bring to you guys. We want to bring it forward to you. 1 second, I got to go take those beers out of the freezer. I put the beers in the freezer. You know the trick.
Get the fuck out of it.
Wait. You put the wet paper towel around the beer and put it in the freezer. Gets cold like that. 1 second. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Jared.
It does work really well, but then you have to peel off
You got to take them out or they burst.
Get the fuck out of it. You got to peel out this these frozen paper towels, right? I think Mythbusters said ice water with salt in it was the fastest way, but unconfirmed. Look, this segment we're doing, we're going to take a opera and cast it with Hollywood actors. That's the main segment, and we're going to try to do that every time. We think that's cool, and I want to post them to Instagram and have people vote on which one they like. But before we did that, did you prepare the other movies?
No, you know what? Let's just go with the casting for right now.
Yeah, like the Magic Flute thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do the Magic Flute, and we're going to cast it with Hollywood actors, and we're going to put it to a vote on Instagram and see who has it better.
Who's the better casting director?
Yeah, but Mike's leading me out to dry here.
Yeah, hold on.
Look, I'm going to... All right, man. The amount of shit Mike has in his refrigerator. When you have kids, you got to have the little yogurts and the snacks and the bananas. My fridge has alcohol and oranges. I eat oranges, all right? Fuck you. All right, you want me to go first since you're fucking dilly-dallying over there?
Dude, you go ahead. Do you want to do it roll by roll?
We can do roll by roll, but I didn't do like the speaker and shit. I didn't do like every little roll.
Dude. I did every little roll.
Did you do the second Armored Man?
I did the second Armored Man.
Holy fucking shit.
I did all 3 kids.
No, fuck that. Look, I just did the big ones. Tamino, Papageno, Queen of the Night, Zoroastro.
All right, well then maybe you can think about it.
Nasty Toast.
You give me your.
I can't cast children. I mean, like, how many children actors are there? There's the kid from Sixth Sense. There's Matilda.
Kid from Sixth Sense is my 3rd child. But go ahead.
Fuck you.
You start. You
want to go roll by roll?
No, you go ahead and give it to me.
My whole thing?
Yeah, go for it. I'm curious.
Okay. Tamino. Jerry Seinfeld. No, I'm fucking with you.
What's the deal with the flute?
Why? No, I did Tobey Maguire, man.
Oh, God.
Nah, fuck you. Tamino's hard because he can't be a pussy.
This is
right?
the Chemnitz version of the Hollywood.
No, man, don't bomb Chemnitz.
Go.
Chemnitz is a good place. Okay, good
right.
people there.
Chemnitz is awesome.
But Tamino can't be a total puss because he's got to turn it around, but he also can't be too badass. And Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man, he found that balance, man. That's my opinion.
All right. Well,
are we going roll for roll, or am I doing my whole opera first?
I want to hear the whole opera. I'm interested. I'm here for you.
I'm saving Papageno till the end.
Okay, that's typical.
Pamina, Natalie Portman.
Okay.
Natalie Portman as Pamina, man.
Yeah, no, look, she was on my list. She was on my short list, but it didn't go with my...
I just saw her in Black Swan. I just saw Black Swan for the first fucking time.
What? I just watched it the other day. Did you see it on Netflix? We share, of course, a Netflix account. You saw that I watched it.
No, we watch it, man. It's good shit. But Mike watched that with his girlfriend's mom.
That's right.
Who's now his wife.
And then there's the lesbian scene with her and Mila Kunis.
Yeah, man.
That's an amazing scene.
Artistically. Look, Natalie Portman is Pamina, okay? She's got a good cry face, but she's also strong, okay?
Yeah, good. I know, that was a good one. That's
Look,
good.
Queen of the Night I'm not too proud of, but I did it, man. Angelina Jolie.
Hey, that was also on my... You did it because of Maleficent.
Yeah, man, it's just...
Yeah, but no, look, I was tempted to do the same.
There's better stuff out there, but that was easy. All right. Zarastro.
Actually, I went with an alternative. I have two Queen of the Nights because I really couldn't decide. But the alternative is very much like it's like an older Angelina Jolie. Go for Zarastro.
Christopher Lee.
Which one's he? Oh, the guy from
like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
right?
he's a great one.
Ah, man, I just love the way he talks. You know.
No, he's great. That's a great
every word.
No, I'm down with that one. I've got a better one, but I'm down with that one.
Three ladies. I did the three women from Hocus Pocus.
Awesome choice.
Bette Midler.
Awesome.
Sarah Jessica Parker, and then the other one.
Look,
I don't know fucking who that is.
I cannot complain with that one at all. Those are three solid choices. I did an ensemble one too from a movie with three ladies. I'll tell you.
Okay, Monostatos. I did
My Nasty Toes.
I did Andy Serkis. You know who that is? Is that how you say his name? He did the voice of Gollum, but he also played Schmeagol in that scene in whatever the third Lord of the Rings. What is it?
Smeagol.
Man, I've been in Germany too fucking long. No, I watched when I moved here, I only had Lord of the Rings, and I watched it so many fucking times.
Good. I'm down. It's a good choice.
Papagena Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
You like that?
Kristen Wiig is great. She was actually also on my short list.
Fuck you. It's easy to say that.
No, I swear to God. She is my favorite, my absolute favorite female comedian. I loved her from Saturday. I thought she's maybe number 2 all-time Saturday Night Live in my book. She's so far up there. She has the best characters, and I was really close to that one, but I didn't. I went with the pair. Now here's your Papageno.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Look, I can't complain with that.
I love these college fucking junk movies. I went that route with it, right?
Yeah, no, look, it's good. I'm about to rock some fucking worlds here.
All right, let's see it.
All right, I'm going to go from the top to the bottom, all right?
What other way?
Zarastro, there's only one. There were two roles where...
If you say James Earl Jones, you ask...
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, that's too easy, man.
James Earl Jones. No,
James Earl Jones was too easy.
Sometimes the best one is the clearest one. Sometimes the best one is the clearest one. His voice is perfect for it. Plus, the way he holds himself is just so the typical Zarastro.
You're right.
We're talking about dream casting.
Yeah, I know.
So
I thought about him too,
easy.
of course, but I don't know. I just didn't want to go for the easy one.
So here's the Queen of the Night, right? And I'll tell you my alternate one, but I have to go with the first one, all right?
Okay.
Just because I won't wimp out of it, okay? Queen of the Night, person who, when I was first growing up, made me discover my sexuality by her Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer? I thought you were going to say Halle Berry.
No,
but I guess
no,
you're a little
the
bit
worst.
too
Oh,
old.
God, no. Oh, God, the worst.
Michelle Pfeiffer as Queen of the Night.
As Queen of the Night.
Does she do villains
She's
well?
got a sharp... There's this new movie out there with her and... Jennifer Lawrence. There's this new movie with her and Jennifer Lawrence that I desperately want to see. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks awesome. The other one, of course, went a little I didn't do it because it was too obvious, was Meryl Streep.
For Queen of the Night.
For Queen of the Night. She can play anything, first off.
Has she ever been a villain? What
Absolutely,
dude.
In
what?
Have you not seen, well, not a villain, but have an evil sort, like an evil persona.
The most recent thing I saw her in was Mamma Mia, so it's just fucking me up.
You can't do Mamma Mia.
That
you
movie
can't do
shit.
Mamma Mia.
I don't care if it ruins my career, right? Whoever let that movie happen, it was a mistake.
I'm going with Pamina.
Okay.
She's not the most well-known actress, but I loved her in Django Unchained. Kerry Washington.
Which one's that? No, I didn't know that.
She's the one who played Brunhilde.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. She did a great job, and I think she looks and acts exactly like the Pamina. I think I really, really like it. Tamino.
Yeah.
I went with another Django Unchained, Leonardo DiCaprio.
For Tamino?
For Tamino, dude. He's the prince. He's a
prince, but
my
he
wife
passes
also,
out.
Dude, I had to do it for my wife, too. She loves some Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Some Leo DiCaprio. Dude, it's amazing what he can do, though. His shit's amazing.
Yes. I mean, yes. He's an amazing actor.
His shit does not stink. Not even a tiny bit.
I haven't seen the Magic Flute in a while, but does he not, like, pass out from fear from a snake?
Yeah, so that's a scary ass. It's not a snake. It's a serpent dragon.
Has Leonardo?
What, do you think it's a little gardener snake?
No,
right there?
it's fucking terrifying. But has Leonardo DiCaprio ever not played the hero? Gilbert Grape.
Tamino is the hero.
Yeah, but he has to not be in the beginning, right?
That's right, but that's called character development, dude.
Yeah, but
you don't think Leonardo can develop the shit of that character?
I just imagine someone more like Tobey Maguire.
Well, Tobey Maguire's dude. I can't.
No, fine. It's the
most
fine
ridiculous choice for Toledo of all time. Then we've got Monasty Toes. This was the other one where it was so clear to me who I was going to cast. Don't look at the list. It was so clear to me who I was going to cast. Yeah. There's only one Steve Buscemi.
Man, I thought about him.
Buscemi.
You can't cast based on busted eyes, man.
No, dude, what are you talking about? He's an amazing character actor. He's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, he's one of my favorite actors of all time. All time.
Yeah.
Now, let me go before I get to the Sprecher, the speaker. I'll go to the three ladies
because I'm not going to list your roles that you cast against mine. I didn't.
What do you mean?
Like on Instagram, I'm gonna do your roles and my roles, and people vote. But I didn't do the first Armored Man. And
yeah,
shit,
but you can maybe think about it.
No, now after I know your shit.
Now you think about
too much fucking work, man.
Just listen, dude. First ladies, I went with three of the ladies from the Kill Bill. I went with Uma Thurman, Lucy Liu, and Vivica A. Fox.
But I always see the three ladies as being played as funny. Are they?
You don't think they're funny? You don't think those ladies?
I've
are
only seen
funny?
the first Kill Bill. Is it a funny movie?
No, it's not.
Because I thought they were more badass.
They are completely badass, and so should the three ladies.
But isn't it written to be kind of comical?
Yeah, so they're also the main soldiers of the Queen of the Night. If she doesn't actually have some real gravitas, right, some real threat, then she's nothing. And her ladies have to have some real threat too.
Yeah.
But look, the style from Quentin Tarantino also is so quirky that it's also a little bit funny. So it covers that element of it too.
Okay.
You know, in the one Kill Bill with Lucy Liu, the Crazy 88, I mean, she's chopping off legs, chopping off hands, chopping off feet, chopping off heads. I mean, it's so absurd that it's a little bit funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of the Tarantino humor.
Good. Listen up to this.
All right.
So the speaker.
Yeah.
This one was awesome. I really liked it. Now, you think about this one too, maybe. I went with Javier Bardem.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the guy from No Country for Old Men.
The bad guy?
The bad guy. Think about him coming out. And you say, hey, what are you doing here? Which door do you want to go through? In his voice. I can't do it, of course, because I'm untalented.
What's the name of the actor in Grey's Anatomy that Izzy falls in love with?
Oh, crap.
That he dies?
That might have been him.
Is that the same guy?
That might have been him. I don't know. You gotta have to. We don't have a research team like in a booth somewhere.
I got my fucking phone filming for promo shit.
If we were Joe Rogan, we'd be able to say, "Yeah, bring that up on the big screen," and then boom,
we're working towards it. But
we're working towards it.
The shirts were expensive.
Okay, 3 kids. 3 kids.
That's very 2018 of you. I think they're 3 boys, aren't they?
What the fuck? Sometimes they're cast as girls too. Yeah, but they are 3 boys.
It's just a joke.
I actually cast a girl though. I just said, okay, I'm gonna cast. I don't even think you'll be able to argue with this.
Okay.
The 3 biggest child stars of all time. First and foremost, you have to go with her is Shirley Temple.
Shirley, fuck, okay.
No, I'm going way back. This one I didn't think of.
I didn't think about
if
that.
I cast it
back.
today.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is kind of restrictive. What, you wanted me to find 3 kids today who can act that well? No. We're using the entire site home here. Shirley Temple. Then, of course, you know number 2.
What, the girl from Stranger Things?
No.
11?
No. Although she's a great casting choice.
Yeah,
She'd be great.
Creepy, man.
No, dude, she's an actress. She can do other shit. Why? I'm not talking about...
Typecasting, man. You're not going to cast based on skill.
I am
She could embody the second boy.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Macaulay Culkin is number 2. And then the third one is the kid from The Sixth Sense. I can't remember his name. I didn't even look it up.
Is it something with an A? It's like,
something like that. I don't know.
Like Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker. That's not the kid who played Anakin Skywalker, but whatever. Armored Men. I've got 2. I've got 2, and they're actually the 2 priests also, which I didn't think about casting, but there are those also. Yeah. Armored Men. The Rock.
For which one?
Oh, God, I'm not telling you 1 or 2. The second one, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I would have done Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Okay? from fucking Twins.
From Twins. That's a great casting.
Yeah.
See, that's why you got to do it, dude. That's an amazing casting. Put that in when you do put it.
So what do I need to add? I need to add a speaker. I need to add.
Now you have extra time.
The Armored Men
to try to outmaneuver.
Well, I can't even remember what yours were, to be honest. Speaker, Armored Men, and then what was the other one?
The kids. But leave the kids out because there are really there are really only 3 kids you can
Speaker
cast.
Is Armored Men. Is that the things you did that I didn't do?
Speaker and Armored Men.
Okay,
and I left out the 2 priests, but who cares? Fuck the priest.
Who'd you cast? Did you say who your Papageno was?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, I forgot Papageno and Papagena.
Right.
Great casting with this one. I went.
I've never seen someone stroke their own dick.
I was proud of this one. I was proud of this one more than any of the other ones.
Okay.
Seth Rogen for Papageno.
Just because the laugh or what?
No, because he's great. He's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
And Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Do you know who she is?
Yeah.
Or you just?
She's got the nose and shit. Yeah.
I think I like that casting. It's a classic
Seth Rogen,
rom-com. A rom-com couple. I can't believe Tom Hanks didn't make it into any one of these.
I have stuff ready because we're going to do this every podcast, so we'll do another opera next time. But I got some stuff on the back burner that I'm ready for.
Should we decide right now what the opera is going to be, or do you want to leave it up to people?
No one's fucking interacting.
No one's listening to this.
I've been trying my best to fucking grow our social media stuff. And I do have to say...
87 followers on Facebook.
No, Facebook is not the platform. Because the problem with Facebook is if you like something, people can see it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's... You know what I mean?
And Instagram, you can like anonymously. And everyone...
Anonymity?
They view our shit, but they won't like it because then your friends have to see that you liked a post that that had some fucked up shit in it.
I totally know what you mean.
But I will say this. In movies, they always portray the craziest fucking people as opera fans, right?
That's right.
And there's some truth to that.
And
the shit I've seen on Instagram, because if you search through these hashtags, man, okay, just do it sometime.
Yeah, no, look, you're totally right. And that leads back. We're going circular here. That leads back to the perception of opera to how it actually is in the field. The perception of it is this way that it's depicted. It's the old couple going with opera glasses and blah blah blah, and that is, to be fair, that is a lot of the audience that's there. But it's not the people making the art. It's not the people making it. The people making it are people who go out and experience all the shit that is actually happening in the operas, and that's important.
Yeah.
That stuff, the stuff that's put out in opera, is so freaking important. No, wait a minute. I don't want to make it seem like opera changes the world, because you hear that a lot in opera too, and it's not true. We're a reflection of it, but we don't change it.
That's just entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment. But, I mean, it's entertainment that, I mean, look at these Verdi operas or these Puccini operas. Mm-hmm. They touch on everything that we can feel today, just in a different time.
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of the stuff translates. You burping away from the mic.
If I had a burp button or a cough button, I'd use it, but I have to like.
Oh shit! Maybe that's the next step. I mean, you can have this knob over here. Hey, look, try this. Okay, I got a tip for you. If you sing with a microphone and they give you, I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but they give you a headset or like an earplug, right? Mm-hmm. You want the direct line. You do not want the playback with a little bit of reverb, because there's this thing where if you listen to your voice a little bit delayed, you can't fucking talk, right?
Okay.
Have you tried that before?
No.
All right. I'm going to turn a knob on our sound card so Mike hears not his direct sound, but the playback. And some people can do this, but Mike, I want you to explain to me how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
All you have to do with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, this is terribly difficult. Wait, you take the bread and
you can't do it, right?
That is not a joke. I wasn't fucking around. My head was gone.
No,
it was absolutely
you
gone.
can buy apps with this where it will delay what you're hearing by like half a second.
But the audience didn't hear it.
No. Well, you sound like a stammering idiot, but they can't hear the delay. No, but seriously, because you try it. You can download these apps that will like delay your sound by half a second, and you can't fucking talk. Yeah. And someone in Japan actually made a gun where they point it at you, and it records what you're saying and shoots it back. Does this to you.
Can I try one more time? This is a challenge.
All right. Look, but it stops people from talking, right?
Yeah.
It was a big thing.
I was actually not able to talk.
But I was doing a singing Christmas tree out in the South, and that's where I learned this, because they did this shit to me. And I had dialogue on stage, and I was like, the Romans are coming.
All right, give it to me.
Here, wait, let me give you a topic.
Not the same topic, because now I can't prepare.
Okay, yeah. No, because I know what you fucking did. You prepared in your house. God, what's a fucking topic, man?
How do you post something on Instagram?
Yeah, tell me how to post something on Instagram.
So first you take the picture with a normal camera, because the cameras that you have there are way better on the phone than the oh my God, I can't fucking do it.
No, if you're
I
at home, fucking try it, man. It's crazy. Let me try it. All right. When I make a peanut butter and jelly.
No, you can't do it that way.
All right, I'm sorry, this isn't funny, but try it sometime. It's fucking nuts. All right. I mean, we're pretty much done here. Is there anything else you want to say? I did get one question sent to us.
Yeah, great.
I would love to have more of the podcast be about questions and stories from people, take some of the pressure off Mike and I.
Because then we can just freestyle.
The question was, though, just give we got like 4 minutes left. So they said tips for learning a new language. Because it was somebody wrote me, they had just moved to Germany. Yeah. And they want to know about learning.
I can tell you the thing. All right. So
like one or two tips.
I always accredit my German to my wife.
Get a girlfriend is Mike's tip.
Yep. And look, they call that Kopfkissen Deutsch. Kopfkissen is pillow. And the point is that you're lying there in the bed on your Kopfkissen.
Pillow talk.
And you say, honey, is this accusative or dative? You know? And then it's like having a private German teacher all the time. And now, look, that seems like a little bit of a crude way to learn a language, but what it actually is, it's just full immersion. Yeah. You can have it at your hand 24 hours a day. And look, we've seen people come here and really have trouble assimilating because they didn't have a way to really immerse themselves.
It's easier if you're in a small town than a big town.
Yeah,
I know some people have lived in Berlin for 10 years.
You can create a little bubble of people, especially if it's just Americans. Yeah. That you can just create this little bubble of Americans, and you never really learn. And because the way it happens is, you spend years here, and you listen to a bunch of stuff that you never really paid attention to, and all of a sudden, one day in a conversation, you'll say something completely new. Mm-hmm. And then the craziest thing is you'll start hearing it everywhere. Like people have been using it all the time and you just didn't really hear about it. It makes its way subconsciously into your head. That's really the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing about having a German girlfriend is even if your relationship's not in English, if you visit her family or something, or her network, her friends will come over, you will have to speak
By the way,
German.
I think we should put this out there. So I married a German girl, and Jared ended up dating her twin sister. So these two German girls now have...
people think we did it on purpose.
We didn't do it on purpose. I swear to God, we didn't do it on purpose. They both married... or they both got together with an American, and not only that, American opera singers. What they were thinking, I have no idea. That was maybe a problem.
All right, so Mike's tip, learn the language romantically.
Immerse in all different sorts of ways.
It's a good tip. But my tip is...
Just the tip.
No, learn your own language. If you don't know what the fuck... Oh, Jesus, no. Jesus, get away from the fucking mic with that shit. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Jesus fucking Christ.
No, because I just thought that's the perfect name for the segment. Just the tip.
What, for questions?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Where we give the tips. Just the tip.
All right, shut the fuck up.
That's amazing.
Look, man.
Let's play just the tip.
I was polite for your tip.
Yeah,
right?
you go.
Now, why don't you wait politely for my tip?
I need that cough button.
Yeah. All right, look. Learn your own language, okay? If you don't know what a verb is, if you don't know what a fucking adjective is,
great point.
If you don't know the different tenses, you know, what simple tenses, perfect tenses, progressive tenses is, learn that shit in your own language, understand your own language. It will make learning a new language extremely easy.
It's crazy that people, that you'd be surprised how many people don't know that. How many people don't know the basics of language.
How the fuck can you expect to learn a new language if you don't fucking know at least a little bit about your own?
That's right.
All right, look, I think we're out of time. You got anything else you want to say?
No, dude.
Or do? Let me look at my fucking notes here.
This was a nice little attempt.
Yeah, look, we're looking to refine this thing over time. So, I don't know, send in questions, comments, stories.
Also tips for the podcast. If you guys want to hear something, send it in. If you guys think we're spending too much time on this thing, send it in. Let us know.
Yeah, I really would like to allow this to be a platform for everybody. But look, okay, that's it for today. I'm going to try to launch this thing on Saturday, and then we'll do this bi-weekly, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what? It's the 6th, 7th, 8th?
Don't strap yourself down to it.
No, I'm not going to say a date, but sometime in the mid-teens in April, what is it, May? What month is it? April.
It's April.
Fucking
Dude,
shit.
You're all over the place.
All right. That's it. Everybody take care of yourselves. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Sex, drugs, and opera.
On Sex, Drugs, and Opera.
Sex, drugs, and opera.